hood rich. Because sometimes I'll be feeling hood rich. Well, hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lisa coming to you from Beautifully Me and You. And today I thought I'd do a May monthly money recap. And yeah, just discuss everything that happened in May, how I was feeling about money, what type of money I received in, what I thought about my spending, and some things that I want to think about looking forward into the month of June. So if that sounds like something that interests you, then let's get right into it. So if you see me looking down at my phone, it's because I wrote down some notes so I could specifically talk about certain things. I have a cup of coffee, and so I'm gonna be sipping on it throughout, just when I need a break. And I suggest you get one too, because I don't know how long this video is gonna be. So let's get started. First of all, I wanted to talk about the reason why I wanted to do this video. So first things first, I've seen some other YouTubers do it, and I really enjoy this type of content. Kind of like just chit chat with your girlfriends face to face, kind of catch up on what we've been doing right or what we've been doing wrong. Except I can't hear about what you guys are doing, but you can hear about what I'm doing. All right, second of all, this type of video allows me to reflect on my thoughts of the month, just all around money, finances, things like that. Now, I'm a girl who's been trying to work on becoming physically, financially, and spiritually stronger for about the past year and a half. And I find that I thrive in one area or another, but I'm gonna try to make it more balanced across the board. And if I'm financially strong, I wanna still be physically strong, and I wanna be spiritually strong at all times, right? So this video is kind of like allowing me to reflect on the things that I did well this month or the things that I can improve upon for next month. Also, it's providing a record keeping of sorts, so I can see my journey when future down the line self looks back on where I was in May 2022. I'll be able to see exactly what I was thinking, what was going on in my life at that time. So am I gonna make this a monthly occurrence? I want to, but yeah, we'll just see how it all transpires. I thought I'd trial it out at least for the month of May. I'm gonna be putting some timestamps down below, so if you don't wanna watch a certain portion, you only wanna hear about another portion, feel free to skip around. That's what the timestamps are there for. So don't feel any pressure to sit here and watch this whole video because it can get a little chatty. I know you guys said you like that I talk a lot and that I'm funny, but this one could get probably more chatty than others because typically I'm doing something other than just talking to you, So let's just see how it goes. The first topic I want to talk about is my emotions about money during the month of May. So as many of you may know, but some new ones may not, I stopped working as a nurse in the month of February. And so I've been unemployed, I guess you say. I mean, I'm employed, but I've been unemployed from a traditional job source for about 4 months. With that being said, I feel like I struggled for the first couple of months to even believe that I had a job, even though I was doing Amazon, because I do sell books on Amazon. I also was doing my YouTube channel. I had affiliate marketing that was already in place through Amazon. And what else did I do? Oh, and I had my Etsy store. And all of these 4 sources of income I already had in place before I quit my job as a nurse, right? And so when I was talking to my mom about 2 months in, I was like, I kind of feel weird not working. And she was like, you're working. You're just not working a traditional job, but you're working. And it took about 2 to 3 months for that really to click in my mind that this is work. It might not be a traditional job, but it's work, And sometimes it's harder work sometimes it's harder work than actually going to a job, but I love it. It's like doing the things that you love and really creating things, using my creative brain. I love that part of this whole job. And I'm just coming to the terms that it's actually a job. So with that being said, I think in May, it's the first month where I actually exhaled, just woosad, and realized that even though I have some financial anxieties, everything is not gonna be spelled out and known for me, It's similar to when you work for a traditional job or you work for a traditional employer, as long as you show up and do a good job, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to downsize the company if it's a strong company. So you've got a job to go to and you're going to get a check every 2 weeks. And there's something that is safe and secure about that feeling. And I gave that up. I mean, no one forced me out, right? I quit. Now I'm in the position where I have to constantly look forward, or at least I felt that way, the pressure to look forward and make sure that something was coming in. The blessing about this type of career that I'm in, doing YouTube, Etsy, Amazon book sales, and Amazon affiliates, and now adding in sponsorships, the beauty of all that is that I can actually see a couple of months into the future typically. You know, YouTube, you can see about a month in the future, and some of my other sources I can see like a couple of months into the future. So, you know, I can kind of release some of that anxiety about feeling like I have to always know where my money's coming from. You know? This was the first month that I was really able to do that. This month, I've been really working hard also on my money mindset. And to me, that means like, when those anxieties do creep up, what are you internally telling yourself? You know, because like, just as one example, my daughter had a banquet to go to and she needed a semi-formal dress. And then at the last minute, she told me about the tickets that had to be purchased. And it was like $150 for the tickets. And also we need to find a semi-formal dress with shoes, right? And immediately my old mindset kicked in and was like, wait, I don't have enough for that. Like, how much is that all gonna cost? Like, you know, really almost bubbling up with fear, anxiety, anger. A little bit of anger actually creeped in there where internally, I didn't express that to her, but internally I'm like, you know, does she really have to go to this banquet? How much is this gonna cost? And all of that cycle I went through for about a good 5 minutes and then gained control of my mind and said, you know, stop. First of all, Janae has a sinking fund. So that's what this is used for. And if she needs to go to this banquet and she needs a semi-formal dress, you have plenty to get her the things that she needs. It does make me think though, if I didn't have the money, should I still allow my mind to spiral in that way? And I believe it's a no, okay? Because regardless if we have those anxieties, if we spiral, if we have that fear or that anger come up about not having enough, it really doesn't solve the problem. And that is evident by like, you know, my $8,000 car repair. I really just had to release that, you know, and figure out another way to make things work, and doors opened up for me. So yeah, you know, basically I think I'm learning to retrain my mind and stop feeling like I need to be anxious or worried or concerned, because one of my favorite quotes comes from a book called The Alchemist. And it says, and when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And that means, to me, as long as I keep my mind set on progressive growth with money, then more progressive growth with money will happen. And as long as I keep my mind set on there's enough, I will be provided for, I'm protected, then that is what will happen. And so this is the first month that I feel like I've really been trying to work on my money mindset, because remember, the first 3 months I was living in a bit of like forward thinking, more anxious, not living in today. And I think in May, I finally learned to exhale and live in the present and know that, you know, things are gonna work out. Even if I don't have the exact blueprint, it will work out. So that's it about the feelings about money in the month of May. But let's move on to some real spending. May was the first month that I actually decided to construct a plan, a monthly budget that mimicked like the money that I was receiving at work. And I say at work as if I'm not working now, but you know what I mean, at my traditional job. I finally decided to like come up with a monthly plan and budget every week to mimic what I was getting when I was actually getting paid at work. And that was just to create some structure within my mind and within my budget, because mind you, there are times when I receive larger amounts of money and the old me can be triggered to go right back to overspending, to go right back to, you know, feeling like I can ball out, you know what I'm saying? And we're not supposed to be balling out. Like, we're supposed to be disciplined. We're learning how to be financially stronger, right? So I still have some of those tendencies as well. I'm working on those. I felt the monthly budget with budgeting every week helped me to create structure. Now, yes, there was more money over in the business account, and we'll get to that in a minute, but I was really able to like pretend, so to speak, that this was my paycheck. And really it is, because most of that other money belongs to my business, right? I have to reinvest, grow, this and that. So this is like the money that I can spend, and it kept me within boundaries. So my spending didn't go so crazy. And I enjoyed that for the first time in the month of May. Overall though, I would say, even though I had the structured budget, my spending was a tad bit up. I felt like I took out of sinking funds a little bit more. I ate out a little bit more, and I want to become physically stronger too. So I really got to rein that back in and get back to cooking healthy, nutritious, fresh meals at home. And even though I had a budget and I was within my budget, I still say, yeah, I just pulled from sinking funds a little bit more than I typically had been doing. I enjoyed the month though overall, so I wouldn't say it was a bad thing, but if I'm looking back on my spending, I think this month, because I released some of that anxiety, I began to spend more, if that makes sense. That's something to think about. That's pretty much it. The majority of my other expenses for the month all revolved around the business and like investing in new products, things, items that I want to try to offer or create, or even just trial out to see if it's something that I want to offer. So I feel like I spent a lot of money in that as well. Now that we talked about spending, let's talk about earning money this month. So a personal goal within myself, and again, if you want something, the whole universe conspires to help you to achieve it, right? So in the beginning of May, I set a goal for myself that I wanted this to be a money May. And part of the reason why I did that is because I know that I want to focus more on my kids during the summer. A part of me wants to go get a vacation home in Orlando, just for like a couple of weeks, either Orlando or Tampa, Clearwater area, something like that, and stay there for a couple of weeks just to enjoy like a pool in the backyard and a true vision of, in my mind, what summer entails. Is not here in Georgia. Snakes are in the pools out here, okay? And not necessarily going to a community pool, but just waking up, going swimming. Like that's a goal of mine for this summer. I was really trying to make May the month that I hit it hard and made money so I could relax a bit more in the summer and enjoy my summertime. I don't know about you guys, but I grew up in California, and like sun and fun, those two go together. So when it's rainy and it's cold, I'm not even thinking about trying to get out and go places. But when the sun comes out, honey, she ready. She want to be out. I want to go out to eat. I want to go out and swim. I want to like lay out. Yes, I do tan at the beach, things like that. Like I want to like relax a bit. My content here will still be continuous, but I'm saying I wanted to be able to exhale a little bit more during the summer. And so I made it a goal of mine in the beginning of May, and I don't think I even announced it to anyone that this was going to be a money May, and I was going to figure out how to really like hit the next level as far as money was concerned in the month of May. So in regards to money in the month of May, I feel like I achieved that goal. The universe conspired to have you guys help me to achieve that goal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a great month financially for me. YouTube was just, my YouTube AdSense was just regular. You guys saw that. I mean, I think AdSense as a general is taking a trend down for most people because in the budgeting community, it's high in the month of January. Everybody's hitting it. You know, there's so many people trying to get their finances in order as a New Year's resolution in the beginning of the year. So yeah, I mean, all the book sales, all the video views, like all that comes in the beginning of the year. So January, February was really hot. March, April, May is starting to settle in, and I'm okay with that. You know, I feel like YouTube is a huge blessing. Any dollars that come out of AdSense is like, what? I get to make videos and edit. I love to edit, you guys. I get to make videos and edit and, you know, catch up with my friends because I consider you guys my friends, and I get paid for it. What? Yes. I mean, it doesn't matter. Whatever comes from AdSense, I love it. Okay. And I'm appreciative for every dollar they give me. Period. That's on period. So YouTube was good. My Amazon book sales, I feel like that has really been like the underlying fabric that's been holding the whole picture together for me. I don't know if you guys know the backstory. If you've been here a while, you already do, but I really created some budget planners for myself and then began to think like, how could I create better ones for the community? As you guys suggested to me, what changes you wanted to see or what other options you wanted, then I started to create those. And I really feel like I've been like divinely inspired in so many things that I've created. And I don't ever want that to be like in the shadows. That should be in the forefront. Like I've been led to a lot of different projects that have been really, really good for me. So yeah, the book sales are always in the background, and I feel like it's the thread that is holding everything pretty much together. And I really appreciate you guys for every purchase you make of any of my books, and just know that there's more to come, But for right now, I really appreciate everything you guys are doing. So the book sales for May overall, they were good as well. Like, it's a standard baseline amount that kind of lies underneath. It just helps to make everything that much smoother. I feel like all of these revenue sources are kind of like amounts that are being dumped into this bucket until the bucket fills up so greatly, If you don't know, I am an affiliate of Amazon's as well, which means I have an Amazon storefront page that I've created with some of my favorite things. And anytime I use something in a video, I'm not just out here adding things to the storefront just because. I mean, it's literally things that I use, things that I buy, things that I love, and I'm using them directly in the videos. And so instead of everyone asking me like, hey, where'd you get that calculator? Or hey, where'd you get that pen? Or hey, where do I get your book at? I'm like, the link is down below. Shop the storefront, y'all. But every time you guys shop, then I get a portion of the sales of whatever you purchase within the first 24 hours of clicking the link. And yeah, that's been pretty fruitful too. That directly comes from just a support of you guys clicking on my link and going there to shop. And it's pretty passive, but a good steady source of income that, again, aligns into that fabric that lines under the bottom of everything, okay? So my Amazon book sales and my Amazon affiliates, those two kind of are the underlying fabric. Amazon affiliates was pretty good this month. I think I made close to like $600 or $700 for the month, which is really good. I mean, I'm not doing anything except suggesting the things that I use. It's not even like, I'm not even suggesting my filming equipment. Like, I think I might have put a tripod in there because I was saying that I got a new tripod. It was really, really affordable and I love it. It can go small, it can be tall. It's like great. But I mean, other than that, it's not like I'm putting any big filming equipment in there or anything crazy. It's literally the things that I use in every video, the small things. And it's things that will help you guys if I show you where to go get it. That's it. I'm not even like trying to push a sale. I'm saying, if you want to use these things that I'm using, head over here. That simple. The last win for the month was my Etsy store. Y'all came through. Y'all came through this month with that Etsy, okay? I think I've had the biggest month on Etsy that I've ever had, period. And I believe my month on Etsy was bigger than any book sale month I've ever had. So if you've been here for a while, in January and February, I had some pretty big book sale months. I made more on Etsy this month than I did in any of those previous book sale months. So yeah, Etsy was killing it this month. And I'm so glad that you guys like the products that I'm bringing out. I mean, I feel like some challenges, scratch off challenges, things like that, they're still being purchased to this day, as well as the new book. And I pushed myself outside of my comfort level. I think I spoke about this in another video, that I really was going to push myself outside of the things that I say I don't want to do. Like, I really don't want to make envelopes, but I decided, you know what? If people are asking me if I can make them a set, I'll make sets. And I found a way to make them that works best with my schedule. You know what I'm saying? Not like just taking random orders and having 50 orders and now I'm overwhelmed with stress. Like, there's no stress over here. I make the envelopes when I can, in between like filming, family, everything else that I have to do, watching you guys' videos, commenting in return to videos that I post, things like that. When I have free time, then I go out there and, make some envelopes and then list them on my Etsy. So there will be restocking of envelopes coming soon, because I suspect that I'll probably be able to make some soon. The same thing goes with the Grow with the Flow challenge. I released a video yesterday, like telling you guys how to actually make them yourselves, because I mean, this isn't like any kind of secret knowledge. You should be able to make them as well, but because they are time consuming, that's the thing. The majority of my pricing structures around time, because those are very time consuming to create. They're not hard. They just take some time. If you're only making one, you could get it done relatively quickly, but if you have to make 10 or 20, that's when it gets crazy. And you guys already know, I was like, I'm never making the 100 challenge envelope box ever again, because it took me so much time. I think I'm better at it now. I'm better at envelope making now, so I probably could make it now, but I would never sell it. Oh my gosh, like 3 boxes would be 300 envelopes. And here I am complaining about, 12 little sets of the Grow with the Flow challenge. That's like what, 200 envelopes? So yeah, when I have free time, I re-up those type products. There are a lot more products that I want to bring to my Etsy store. And sometimes it's like something hits in my mind, some divine inspiration to create something new, and I want to trial it out. I make it, I bring it to the store. So someone had commented something that was along the lines of, shopping with small businesses can be hard because you can't always get what it is you want. And I apologize for that up front. Like, I'm a one-man show. There's nobody over here like helping me make envelopes, edit videos, make videos, none of that. Like, I'm doing all of this myself. And so I don't always have time to like create for however many people want this specific product. I want to bring like products that are easier to make to my store, so that way I can offer it to more people, kind of like the scratch off challenges. But then again, I enjoy trialing new things. Like, that's me. Like, I love to try new foods, I like to try new drinks. I'm the girl who likes to try new cities and travel. I like variety. So even for my own budgeting journey, I like to refresh and bring new things. And I'm not always bringing it so that you guys will buy it. Sometimes I'm just bringing it because I want to use it. I want to see if I can make it. I want to see it, challenge myself to see if I can make it and see what it'll be like to use it for myself. But when I bring it on a video and then you guys ask about it, then I try to make it. So just know, I'm a one-man show, y'all. I'm trying to do all that I can greatly. Expect some other like products to come into Etsy that might not be large volumes of them. Things might run out of stock and I'll have to restock if it's something popular. But I kind of committed to myself in May that I was going to trial a lot more things than what I was pushing I was going to go with the divine inspiration to do things. I was going to surrender more to some of the processes that I was being led to, or I was going to surrender more to some of the things that I was being led to create. And so I feel like that alone might have made the biggest change in the month of May. I would encourage you guys to, if you've been inspired to do something, go with it. It might seem like a lot of work, but find a way that you can do it and still make it work. And I feel like that's what made the biggest change for me in the month of May. Overall, for the month of May, I think I made a little under $15,000. That sounds crazy to say, right? I know all months won't be like this month, okay? All months won't be that, but I'm so appreciative for anyone that has purchased something from my Etsy, watched my video, liked a video, subscribed, commented, bought something from my Amazon storefront, purchased a book of mine. Like, gratitude. Saying thank you is not enough, okay? You guys have really like hit it, boom, out the park. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So how do I want to move forward to the month of June? Well, I still want to find a good balance between my family, my friends, my work, and myself. And all of that is strung together by God. So yeah, I still have a lot of balancing to kind of work out. I feel like in the month of May, even though I made quite a bit of money, I did work a lot more. And so that might have took some time away from my guy, or time away from my kids, or time away from myself. And I tried to find a way to balance all of that. I feel like I want to work on that balance a bit more in the month of June, okay? And that might be just me being organized more. You know what I'm saying? If I can organize when I'm doing things and how I'm doing things, maybe it'll allow for more time for other things, which are just as important to me. Also looking forward to June. I know my Savings Challenge books are out of stock right now, but I am going to restock those. And I'm going to restock the Grow with the Flow Challenge and some of the cash envelopes. Yeah, I feel like it's important for me to continue on doing some of these things that you guys love so much, and also adding new products and services. So yeah, for the month of June, I kind of have in my mind 2 new ideas. So you'll be seeing something about those coming out pretty soon. I think also with the month of June, I want to continue to like structure my pay every week. That helped me tremendously this month to not feel like I have large amounts of money to just spend all over the place, but really like there is a structure to this. And so I definitely want to continue on with setting up a June budget, which you guys will see coming out shortly, and then budgeting every week, so I can stay on track with what I should be spending. And the last piece for the month of June is I do have some suggestions for you guys from other YouTube content creators. So for the month of June, I thought what I would do was every single week showcase one person. I already have the 4 people in mind. Showcase one person and a product that they offer or a service that they offer that's different from my own. That I think you guys would be interested in. So expect me to bring some other YouTube content creators' products. There we go. That was a mouthful. I'm pretty excited to bring them because I feel like each one of these different services I feel like would really benefit people, and it's something that I don't necessarily offer. So I'll be talking about those as the weeks go on. And that's pretty much it for my May money recap. I feel like we spoke about the feelings I had about money, how my spending went, how much I was earning, and then some things projected into the future of how I want to do the month of June. I don't know how detailed I want to get in these videos because I feel like, I'm not trying to be out here, bragging about what I'm accomplishing or anything like that. I hope you guys understand that completely. But actually to talk about some of the wins and some of the pitfalls that I hit for the month. So maybe later next month, I can actually course correct some of those things. I think that's it for my May money monthly recap. That sounds like so much. I think it's all the M's. Maybe when we get to June and it's a June money monthly recap, it'll feel better. And why do I have to touch my fingers like this to make sure I can get it all out? I don't know. But whatever it is, I hope you guys enjoyed this content. My poor coffee has been suffering, and it is a little different than what I brought before, but I think it helps you to see inside what's going on with me, my life, and get to know me just a little bit better. The last thing I want to leave you guys with is my favorite memory from the month. And I think my favorite memory this month was going to my 10-year-old's 5th grade graduation ceremony. And yeah, he's just growing up, you guys. It's so weird. He's like my baby, and he's growing up, but I feel like that was the best. It was the most memorable memory for me this month, and I thought I wanted to share, just my favorite memory from the month. And that's it. It wasn't necessarily around money. I did have to get him an outfit and some shoes and things, but it wasn't necessarily about the money of it, but just he's growing older and he's going to middle school. It's kind of crazy. Anyway, if you guys made it all the way to the end of this video, please leave this one single emoji right here. And that way I'll know you a real one because you sat up here and let me talk and talk and talk. And I appreciate you guys for watching. I will see you very soon with a June monthly budget setup. Why do I have to slow it down to get it all out? I don't know, but that will be coming out next. I appreciate you guys for watching. I appreciate you for being here and all the love and support. Love you guys. Take care.